Today we're in Temppelinaukion Church in Helsinki. We've brought a lot of loudspeakers. We've brought some really talented engineers and the people from PlayStation who have been helping develop the game score for Saros over the last 18 months. And we're going to play the voices out of loudspeakers in the room and create a reamping of those voices, getting the reverb, getting the ambience of the room, getting the soul and spirit of this amazing place into the sound of those recordings, and sort of removing the more controlled, potentially less interesting ambience that a studio environment might give recordings. We're gonna pour some of the Helsinki church soul onto these elements.
When you propagate a sound into a space like this and it bounces off all the walls and you really get that sense of the space and the sense of the feeling and the resonances that you get from all of the changes of the music that you're putting in, I think it's very different than just capturing a space and doing that digitally. I think you can get something much more special, and I think you can get something that's really unique and brings a lot of character to the game. The rocks which the church is built into diffuse the sound, and the sound kind of goes up into the ceiling and rains down, and you get this really enveloping, beautiful soundscape. The score changes and develops as Arjun develops as a character through the game as well. So his understanding is directly reflected in the score. So as you move through, you go through very different stages of emotions that him as a character is feeling at different times in the game. There's a lot of rage in there's a lot of fury. But that also develops into kind of sweeter moments and more nuanced, nostalgic moments, all tied up in this idea of him trying to find out what happened in the past, what's happening in the future, and where is Nishya and what's going on, basically. Sam's done an amazing job in pulling together these different elements, the drone metal sound that we really wanted to capture with the fury of Arjun, and these kind of delicate choral elements that we really wanted to capture for Nithya and how she is kind of perceived in the game.
My ambitions for the score are to create something that is really heavy, like really heavy. We began by listening to a lot of music that we loved and trying to work out what it was about these characters, what it was about these worlds that were built that sort of set our souls on fire. It shouldn't push you away from the world, it should draw you in. So it's very textural, very powerful, very energetic when it needs to be. It should be balanced with a harmony that latches onto the journey of the character through the world.
Okay, can you roll in 37?
37.
No, 37. Yeah.
I know is a wonderful singer, and we're going to be spending some time working with her specifically on the material that you will hear in the passage. The passage is the area that you return to whenever you die. Her amazing vocal skills and ability to improvise as well mean that we are going to pull apart and deconstruct some of the ideas that have been established throughout the last 18 months. Throughout the whole game, there are voices being used, but quite often they've been manipulated to the point where they don't feel human anymore, which seems to tie in with the themes of the game itself. And yet, at various points, true human voices are going to be heard. And for me, as a composer, it was important to ensure that as you're going through searching for Nithya, that Nithya's soul is represented musically throughout the game.